Hello and welcome to Jamie's cooking show. This is a first test run for me to get comfortable speaking to a camera while my wife laughs at me in the background. So first I'm just going to make a charcuterie board today, and I'm going to start by making a warm olive tapenade to go with our charcuterie board. We're going to have... Yes, honey?
What?
What did you say?
Nothing, I was yawning. Not at you. Not because you're boring, because I'm tired.
So we're going to make a warm olive tapenade for our charcuterie board because we have this beautiful new deli near our new home. And it's not deli, bakery, German bakery, I believe. And they make the best cinnamon buns and croissants and buns and bread and sourdough and pigs in a blanket and all these wonderful things. So we got these beautiful French baguettes. Preston, would you like to show the beautiful French baguettes that we got? It's my daughter there turning on the vacuum. We got a little vacuum shark and she just absolutely loves going around the house and vacuuming. Yeah, so we can come in and show me this is my son Preston. Preston, say hi to everybody.
Hello.
He is going to be sous chefing me while I do this little cooking journey. Now that we have this new home and this beautiful kitchen, it is the perfect opportunity for me to start documenting all the things that I make for my family on a regular basis. Things that I find are both healthy, delicious, mostly plant-based, definitely some meat involved as well because we are not 100% plant-based, but we are meat conscious. So we tend to have as much vegetable in our... We tend to have as much vegetable... honey. He's trying to do something here. Don't be rude, okay? Don't be rude. That would be my son, who's 3 years old, taking my little stand that I have, my ice cube tray that I'm using to prop my iPad up with. There is our Rainy. He is a wonderful little boy, full of life, but he is mischievous to all can be. Rainy, say hi to everyone.
Hi.
Can you tell everyone something about yourself?
Me is Rainy.
Yeah. Don't let him do it.
Me Rainy.
And what about you?
Me really funny boy.
You're a funny boy. What kind of funny boy things do you say?
We say.
How old are you?
40 pounds.
He's 40 pounds. That's how old he is. This is the beautiful bread that Brendan's trying to display here while my son... Here's Rainy, come on. If you want, you can come sit around the side here and we can talk together. So this is this beautiful bread that I got from this bakery down the street. This is only like $2 for a beautiful French baguette like this. I mean, you can go to the grocery store and buy these, and generally they'll run you at least $2.50, $3 per. And if you're going to get it, it's going to be mass produced. It's going to be, they're going to go bad within a day. I've had this one out for 2 days now. I bought this yesterday morning, and this is still just soft and beautiful, rustic bread. Rainy, would you like to have a little piece? Yes. Okay, you have a little piece. Here, let's bring you in closer. You can stand next to Daddy. There you go. Okay, so just going to give me a little bit of room here, buddy. Just stand a little over. We'll even move the camera for you so everybody can get in. Okay, so that's beautiful bread. Beautiful bread we're going to use for our charcuterie board. I also have just your general crackers because every little kid loves your, the old-fashioned crackers, the club crackers. This is just like the ones we used to get with the little cheese and the little stick when we were kids, the little red stick and the cheese. So my kids love them. They go really well. They have a nice crunch. As well as I like to use, my favorite is the Vinta. Vinta crackers are fantastic. These ones, I believe, are no, these are original Vintas. I thought maybe they were the cracked pepper ones or the
I always sometimes get those.
They kind of look like they are though, even though these are herbs or something. So there's your Vinta crackers. I like to lay a bunch of those out onto a plate as well, and just kind of stack them up together. So that there's lots of option between bread and cracker. So as you can see, I just put a small plate of crackers. Okay, buddy, let me go here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to never throw away your ends and your bits and all that stuff from cooking. That is always like the best way to get a soup base, is just to use all of your bits and all of your ends. So we're gonna add shallot's gonna go in to the charcuterie, but I'm also gonna do is, because normally times when you open up a shallot, you're gonna get two little halves inside. Preston, where is my knife? I need my knife. The brown handled one.
Oh, brown handled.
Yeah. I'm very picky when it comes to my knives. I like to have very specific knives. So again, same thing with the shallots. You don't want to throw away all the skins and stuff, because there's tons of flavor in all the skins, and there's tons of nutrition as well. So what I like to do is I like to just get that off as carefully as you can. Sometimes it's easier than it is right at this moment. Hey, Rainy, come on. Rainy, stop. This is what having a 3-year-old is like. You're constantly wanting to take over the show and have their fun, because they're little boys and that's what they do, right? They like to have fun. So the best thing for little boys to have fun is to have good nutrition as well. And that way they can have lots of energy throughout the day. So Preston, can I get a soup pot? Just put or even just a bowl, stainless bowl. And just get all these bits and stuff. You don't need that, Rainy. Okay, so I'm gonna get a bowl here, and I'm just gonna start throwing all my bits and all my ends that I cut off of things. So there goes the mushroom, there goes the skins, all that stuff's gonna go in to make a soup. Okay, Rainy, please don't do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use one of the smaller half of the shallot. I'm just gonna mince it up. Thank you, son. I'm just gonna mince that up real quick with the mushrooms, and then that's gonna go into a pot on the stove. I have my nice scratch-resistant coated cast iron that Preston's gonna put a little bit of oil into and turn about to medium, a little higher medium. And then he's gonna also grab me some fresh herbs, some parsley from the back in the cup there. So I'm gonna switch out for my knife. This is my knife. This is what I've been using here. This knife here, if you don't constantly keep it sharp, then it's just one of those standard out of the box sharpener knife sets, and I find that it can be kind of a pain in the butt. So this is a nice knife that my wife got me for my birthday one year. I use it every day. Nice and sharp. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so our parsley has kind of gone to wilt. It's kind of dead. So what I'm going to just do is I'm just going to grab a few of what's left off the leaves that are green. I don't need a lot. I just need a little bit. So it's just more also for visual. It's always nice to have a little bit of herb in your food, especially with mushrooms and something like that. The colors can really become more appetizing for the eye than it is.
No.
Anywhere else?
Any more 1 can of olives?
I have 1 can of olives is fine for now, yeah.
What about the tapenade? You probably need it.
Oh, I'm not going to be using. I'm gonna be using mostly those and mushroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for the other thing for the all tapenade is I got a Mediterranean mix of olives from the Italian little Italian shop just down the street from us, who also makes these insane cheeses. So I've gotten some beautiful Mazzano cheese. I've got, I'm probably not pronouncing them right, but just an Emmental, like a Swiss, but I love Emmental, especially for a charcuterie board. Excuse me.
Any smoked cheese?
And then we have, any smoked cheeses are amazing. This is an Appenzeller. I'm not quite sure how this is going to taste, but this is all made from fresh, local cow milk, just the best of ingredients. Some other things I have that I find are great since I've moved to Salmon Arm are the Pacific Coast cheese that you can get from the Askews. It's just fantastic cheese. Also, again, not made too far away, local to Canada. I mean, normally we're stuck, choosing between, Armstrong cheese, which is also very good. I always go for the white, not the orange, just because it is dyed. But then there's also the extra old, and then like President's Choice, and that's usually what you're stuck buying, right? And it's probably $10 to $15 for a proper block of it. Whereas this is a little bit more. It's $16.99, but you're getting 900 grams, which is basically 2 full blocks. And it's local, right? And so this is made product of Canada. It is made. You got 39% moisture rating on it, so that's a really nice cheese. Of course, for my daughter, I always have to have the Porski pickles. She loves those on a charcuterie. For some of my other sons that are more meat eaters, and even though they don't know that they love it, once they try it, they love it. And this is your liverwurst, and so that's just like a meat paste made from liver. And it honestly is such a nice compliment to a charcuterie board. So we'll just even take a little bit of that right now, and we'll just chop that off there like that, and take a little thing and stick it into the center of your charcuterie board. So now you have things that need to go in. So is that pan on with olive oil, and the pan is on, it's warming up. So let's start chucking some of our olives. There we go. Because see, these are beautiful, beautiful olives. You got Kalmalka, you got Kalamata, you got your. I also am going to throw in a bunch of black. My wife suggested I probably would. I need to get a pitter, is what I need. But normally, what I do is I just tear them apart. So I just tear them up. And I just get that little. It's not easy. You pop the seed out, and then I just.
Don't touch, sweetie. Don't touch.
And I just get them all the seeds out. It's kind of a yucky job, but somebody's got to do it. So just pop all the seeds out. One day I'll get a pitter. Maybe for my birthday I'll get a pitter. An olive pitting birthday present would be nice. Gift from one of my sons. I have 4 sons and a daughter who is. Okay, Rainey, I do not need your hand all over the liver paste. Please just leave it alone, okay?
Okay, this is.
You just be a good boy. Okay, and then you can stay in the video. You can have a cracker. Please don't, Rainey. I'm going to make this pretty, okay? And I don't need you just screwing it.
Just wait.
That's the one thing about having a kid, is they will not allow you to do nice, pretty things. So, but the thing about it is most people will say, I can't do that, I have kids around. And you know what the answer to that is don't be so concerned what it looks like and whether your kid's bothering you too much. I'm a pretty OCD person when it comes to doing anything. And watching my son right now decoratively stack all the crackers around the liver paste that I put in the center of the thing is making my OCD tick for sure. But he's also enjoying himself, and he feels involved in cooking, and he's being creative. So we can't exactly discourage that. So that is going to be just fine. And it seems to be as the more you do of these olives, the more technique you get with it. But it's kind of like one of those things like peeling a potato. If you don't do it constantly, you only get good at your last one. Oh, that's a beautiful. What a beautiful little sunray of crackers and liverwurst. Very, very creative son.
Mom, this is so hot.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Do you want a cracker?
Yeah, it's not hot. Do you need more things to decorate with? Okay. Can we do one thing first? Can you wash your hands, Rainey, before we do anything else? I freshly washed my hands before I started this video, and that's something that in our home is a very big deal because you do not need, if you're going to let the little ones help, you do not need them coming in with their dirty hands and preparing food. That's for sure. So again, just like everything we're going on in the world today, these days, it'll all be prevented by keeping clean and having clean hands constantly. Never preparing food with dirty hands or serving food with dirty hands. No, I feel that when an olive is at its best is when the seed pops out nicely. It's a little softer. The seed just seems to disconnect a little easier. I always find that that's better.
The same olive, just
they are not all the same olive. These are a mix, a Mediterranean mix. I don't know the exact terms of each olive. I'm not very. I know the big green ones are Kalamata olives. Or all those are the purple, my wife says. So like I said, almost as hard as remembering my kids' birthdays.
You mean their names?
Sometimes.
second.
You wash your hands? Okay, good. So now maybe, Preston, can you go over here and maybe assist him in putting together, maybe grab another cutting board, and I'll give you, and take a knife, and we'll get you cutting some things, and we'll kind of double team this here.
Right there, babe, there's a cutting board.
Cutting board right behind you. And I'll give you like the pickles and the olives to put around. So my favorite olive ever is a black olive, and there's a certain brand that I feel is just by far better than all of the rest of the canned olives. And those are Lindsay olives. I find are the absolute best. So you can dump those out and start spreading those around. You can also do the pickles. And here is a knife for you.
Oh, good enough.
Don't cut the olives.
Now that I have this beautiful collection of food, I have olives, mushrooms, herbs. Olives are salty as all can be, so you don't really need to add any salt to this dish. I might add just a little Himalayan salt just to bring out some sweetness and a little additional crunch of salt, if you will, here and there. So, Mother, if you don't mind maybe grabbing me just a little Himalayan salt and just sprinkle a little on top here along with some pepper and I'll take the caraway seed and maybe some basil. When it comes to herbs, I always play around a little bit when it comes to herbs because I like to really understand what the different herbs are doing to the food. So I don't try to overdo it, and I definitely try not to do the same thing with everything I do. A lot of people will stick to their accoutrement of what they like and what works for them. Pepper is always pretty much in everything. I mean, that's a standard, so I always stick with that. One thing that's kind of my little secret ingredient in many things is caraway seed. I can't exactly tell you what it does for food, but every time I add it to food, it seems to make it better. What would you say caraway seed is like, honey? It's kind of almost in the family of. It's the family of licorice. It's like fennel, almost a fennel. But when roasted and in food, I find it takes on a characteristic that is hard to explain. So this is my daughter here now getting in the scene and trying to get some cracker art going on. Oh!
Are you okay?
Who I just beamed her head off of a light that I'm not sure is supposed to swing.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay, let's try to remember that one. Are you okay? Okay, I know everybody wants to be in the scene here. I don't want any of the olives chopped up. So just start, you can put all these crackers. I know this is beautiful, honey, but we want to keep the crackers on this plate. Okay, and we're going to put all the food around the paste, okay? So you're going to decorate all the food around the paste really pretty. Okay, so start put a pile of those there. Start cutting up some pickles and getting those on there as well. So yeah, just a tiny little bit, maybe like quarter of a teaspoon of caraway seed, and I find it just gives a very uniqueness to my food. This is basil. I would normally go with an oregano with this, but I want to keep it more just brighter, not so dense with flavor. Oregano could take over from the actual food. So I'm going with more of a sweeter herb, which is basil.
No, Rainy, no.
And I would probably just coat over the top with your herb. It's usually how I judge herbs and things. And a little bit of pink salt.
Don't stick it inside of
And not too much, just a tiny little bit. Okay, so now all of this is prepared. The olive pits are probably the only thing I won't throw. Maybe I will. Maybe we'll see how it works. I'll throw it into the soup pot. We'll see what that does to a soup.
Really don't, that's all the olives, please.
I definitely have more mushroom than need be. So I'm going to take one whole scoop of mushroom and put that into my soup base as well. And then that's a little herb and salted, so that's kind of a nice little addition to the soup. While I'm here, I might as well just do this quickly and get the shallot finished cutting for my charcuterie board. Just tiny pieces of shallot. I really enjoy shallot on a charcuterie board. I find it's really nice. So,
No.
oh honey, you can't necessarily do that. I mean, it's not such a bad idea. I was kind of hoping this would be pretty though.
I don't really like liver paste. So
Yeah, so no, that's good, honey, okay? Because I actually could probably open up another one because I do need some black.
yeah.
So I'm going to take probably the same equal amount of black Lindsay olives, and I'm going to get those in there as well. And we're just going to basically mince them right up. Like you can have big chunks, small chunks, it's kind of whatever you prefer. I think with the tapenade, I want it to be able to easily fit onto a nice crostini, piece of bread, cracker, whatever you're going to use. And watch, do not get your fingers in when Daddy's chopping, buddy, because that would be turn into a home nightmare video than a home cooking video. Now, as you can see, I do get this done. Even though I have kids around me and screaming and hollering and wanting to join in and trashing my liver paste and just completely ruining the whole OCD fun of the whole thing, they do get involved and I get it done. So, this is all going to go into the hot pan.
You gotta do that. No, don't use all that. That can wait.
Now I need, if somebody doesn't mind,
These much thinner.
Mom, if you don't mind keeping an eye on that, and maybe you could just keep an eye on that for me. And what I need is you to just add just a capful or two of apple cider vinegar to it.
Okay.
Actually, you could use that rice wine vinegar as well. Do a capful of apple cider vinegar, and then just a little like splash around the pan with the apples or with the rice wine, or the white wine vinegar. I mean, not rice wine, white wine. Now that's just going to give it some moisture, and that's going to cause some browning and caramelizing, and it's going to give it the tang and the kind of that extra punch that you need. You can pretty much use anything. I think when it comes to that, I think you could probably get away with chicken stock or even, I mean, even just water would probably work, but probably you wouldn't get the same level of complexity. But just to add a little moisture to it. Apple juice you could probably use, something like that. So now we have more olives that need to go on, but I'm going to wait until Rainy's done messing the pan up because he's done a darn good job of wrecking our charcuterie board here. So I'm just going to take a piece of paper towel and clean up the mess that he has left. We're going to take this little mound that you've created and we're going to leave it right there because there's nothing we can really do with it. Okay, so let's not do that too much more, okay, buddy? Okay, so now I'm going to start doing is I'm going to let the wife join in here and she can start just kind of going over my shoulder and putting the things that she can just take out of a container and put on the charcuterie board. There's lots of really fun little items. Like cashews are really fun. Cherry tomatoes are my daughter's favorite. Nana, you're going to have to wait until the charcuterie board is finished, honey. You guys, they eat it as I go. It's almost impossible for me to keep.
You want grapes on it too?
I
know, we got the figs.
We got the figs, the grapes. I'm not a big fan of the grapes on it. I mean, grapes are good, great on their own, but.
No, you gotta go sit down.
Okay,
Rainy,
I'm cutting tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes. You definitely want to be careful because they definitely will spit at you.
Okay, Rainy, that's enough.
Yeah, no, that's enough, honey. That's enough. Okay, I want this to be nice and edible for everybody. Nobody's gonna eat it if you mess it all up. Okay. That's enough. Okay, let's get that last guy out of there.
Okay, now
There we go. Okay.
play for a bit until it's
There we go. Okay, there we have the liver paste, liverwurst, drenched olives. Okay, guys. No. Okay, I need both of you out of here. It's time for you. Thank you for the help. Thank you very much. Thank you for the help. Yay! Good job, you guys. Good job. Good job.
Ready, put them on like that.
You said to make them.
Hey, that's fine. Just in chunks, little chunks.
Okay.
No.
It's okay. But
It's okay.
That should work better. because
Okay.
it won't
If you can stay, if you don't touch, but.
But that's just kidding.
Watch out. I would like both of you down because I'm afraid I'm going to cut one of you.
Okay, let's go. See, let's cut those in half. That's fine. That's good. Okay.
Oh my
Let
goodness.
Daddy get the plate together.
Yes, please.
Okay. You can help
Let Daddy do this, okay?
Help me with this.
let Daddy do this part. You guys go help with Mama. Daddy likes to do this part. I like to put a nice plate of food on the table for my family, especially if we're close to dinner and dinner's already in the oven and everyone's starving. Then this is kind of my go-to.
It doesn't fill everybody
Because it
up.
doesn't fill everybody up. You can have as much as you want while still waiting on dinner. And it's a nice little appetizer. So we're gonna just start with a bunch of different things. So I'm gonna take.
Rainy, go watch TV with the boys.
Okay, that's it. Rainy's got a fig there in his mouth. So this is. We got these beautiful organic figs, and these on their own I cannot eat one. They're really sweet. My wife can, but with the charcuterie, it's fun. They're phenomenal. Like they're just. Okay, and this is what they look like on the inside. So they are chewy. They're almost like a raisin, I guess you could say, but
There's a raisin.
like a raspberry raisin if there was figs. There's really only one way to describe them. Not to be confused with dates.
And the darker the fig, the sweeter it is.
Yes.
Like a little lighter one.
She did sheet. But
Now,
they're
you can do
mine.
this with any dried fruit. So I have a whole bunch of dried fruit. I don't know. I'm not sure it didn't appear yet.
I think it's right there.
I've been hearing about this dried fruit and where it's been, but it hasn't been yet to appear.
I told you. It doesn't.
Ah!
The wife has been very secretive with the way she puts things.
We got dried
I'm not
cherries,
really sure why. It's just like this funny game she's been playing.
peaches.
She just sits and laughs whenever nobody can find anything. She just giggles to herself and gives a very vague description. It's like, oh, it's in the cupboard.
I said
The one like the
cupboard
one
that's
there.
open behind you. That's vague.
Oh, I closed it.
Oh.
That cheese is freaking amazing.
Is it? What
Oh
kind
my
is that?
goodness, this is
Hey,
the
what's this? Let's get it away.
this is the Emmental. This is like a traditional, like it's not even it's not a flavor at all like a normal Emmental. It's much softer, much milder, but still like just like that full level. Just not anything you can compare to. This one here we got is the Appenzeller.
Eating it.
Yeah, take her away so that you can go play with her. Your job is done for a while.
Want to put some red pepper flakes in that?
Yes, red pepper flake would exactly what I'm liking that. Thank you, honey. I was too distracted. There's one problem with having the kids around when cooking dinner is you get distracted very easily and you forget what you put in or what needs to get put in. So it's nice to have a partner in the kitchen. That's for sure. I'm not sure what I would do without my wifey. My beautiful wife, by the way, named Renata. Most beautiful name ever. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You gotta try that, honey.
What?
This is shaker too. That's the Appenzeller. Aromatic as can be. So neat. So I'll even put the rinds into my soup bowl because that's just gonna add flavor. I'll even throw that little end of the fig in there, you know, and just add a little natural sweetness. You know, depending on what kind of soup you're wanting to make. That cheese is really nice, yeah. Yeah, that's a really nice one. And then this is the Montzeno Mazzeno. So I'm just cubing it. So I'm just taking it and throwing it into cubes. Smaller the better when it comes to a charcuterie board and cheese, because then people have a tendency to not eat all your good cheese rolls too fast. Oh my word.
Does it need to be like more olive oil? Like,
Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite so far. The other two are amazing. The other two are amazing. This is like almost between a Emmental and a Parmesan and a mozzarella almost. I would say it's pretty. That's pretty amazing. Can I get a garbage bowl?
you need to keep. We need to take pictures of
Yeah.
it, or
Yeah. Here's the packages.
packages of what we like, right?
Yeah. I just need a garbage bowl.
Okay.
When you want to take pictures of that or rip the tags off or something.
I'll put them down.
So yeah, definitely keep track of the cheeses that you buy and you like, because I mean I've spent some money on cheeses that I just absolutely could not stand, and then you end up with this huge block of cheese in your fridge that you just hate. It's probably the worst thing that can happen. So I'm putting some goat cheese is what I'm putting on here. I'm probably the only one in the house that really likes goat cheese, but I love it. I love it. Smash that onto some toast in the morning with some tomato and avocado. Hell of a breakfast. All right, I'm not going to open this other one because we have so many good cheeses on there now. I'm not going to even bother with that yet because we have some others we got to get rid of. So there's some other ones I got here today from this premium quality KFI company, product of Canada, made in Surrey. Some dried cherries. Dried cherries, we got dry roasted raw almonds, and some dried peaches. I thought those would be kind of neat. And so we just put a little stack of those in the anywhere on the plate. Same thing with, this isn't going to be the most pretty charcuterie board because my son already kind of ruined that opportunity. But we're going to throw some almonds up in the corner here. And we're going to put some cashews beside the almonds, or maybe on the opposite side of the plate, just so there's. And then I'm going to do is some peaches, some dried peaches. I've never had dried peaches before, so I'll have to let you know how they taste. But we'll take a bunch of those, maybe just 3 of them for now, and just kind of just short julienne them, if you will, long strips, random long strips of them, and just throw those on the other side by your olives or your almonds and dried peach. Okay. I'm not really one for dried fruit, but with a charcuterie board, it all seems to work. And once you're done, just throw everything aside. And your sous chef should be there to help assist you putting everything away.
It's an apricot.
It's a peach.
What?
It's a peach.
Got it?
Yeah, and peaches.
Oh, it smells like an apricot. I guess it's not.
So nice to have a nice little scrap bowl. You're not running back and forth to the garbage too much. All this stuff saves on time, which helps you get food on the table faster for your kids, because Lord knows if they were all standing here, I wouldn't be able to cut it fast enough for them to get going on it. So another great thing I have is I went down to the Millie's farmer's market and I got myself some farmer sausage and some German garlic, honey garlic sausage. So I'll just, these are both really nice. These are more like the style that the kids are gonna like, that, you know, majority of people will like. It's not so fatty, it's leaner, and it's got, you know, the great flavor of, you know, kubasa or whatnot. And I usually do quite a bit of meat because there'll always be that person that just wants meat and crackers and cheese. So I definitely want to do more of the meat and cheese and crackers than anything else. Bits go right in my mouth. I also got this dried giallo. I don't know how to pronounce that. Giallo. Beautiful little. This is from Cito's, which is just down the street from us. And so this is a much fatter, more robust for your hardier palates. Like myself, my wife likes it even though she's not really big on fatty, undercooked meats. But this is definitely a fatty, undercooked meat. So I'm even going to take that little end there. I'm going to throw that end in my soup pot. I'm going to save these little guys here. I'm going to save those little ends there because I love just a little, this kind of meat, cheese, bun sandwich for lunch. So we'll just save a little bit, enough to make one sandwich. And those can get all put away, honey. I need some Ziploc bags, please. We'll probably put 3. And then I just try to keep things tidy as I go. So now we have all of these wonderful things on a plate. All these beautiful meats. Some nuts, some cheese, onion, pickles, olives, tomatoes, dried cherries, peaches, 4 different kinds of cheese, 4 different kinds of meat. You could definitely add anything to this that you want. Charcuterie boards are pretty popular these days, so it's not like I've invented the wheel. But I just wanted to show you what I put on mine. Thank you. Normally I have cans and cans. I'm all out of cans. Are you serious? I'm out of cans of cowboy candy?
No, that's the box left.
Oh, okay. So I have a box of cowboy candy, which is pickled jalapenos. Now jalapenos, not only the pork pepperoncinis, honey. These are delicious in salads, but the jalapenos.
Oh.
Those are delicious as well, and I would put those out because they're really nice and tangy. Maybe the wife wants a couple on the plate.
No, these are fine.
But these are our favorite tamed jalapenos. You can find these just about anywhere. Actually, that's not true. They're not just about anywhere. They're at most Save-Ons, Safeways, the higher end grocery stores, I'd say. You'll have a hard time finding them at Walmart or, I believe I have seen them there a time or two. And these just need a rough chop, not even a full chop. And I need a whole more can of olives because the kids destroyed that. Yeah, I see that there. Okay, so we'll just dump these olives in place. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So nothing left is the bread. I'm going to use a different knife for that. Use my bread knife. Cut on an angle, about 1/2 inch thick. And I do that for about half the baguette. And as I get towards the middle, I start getting a little thicker. A little more rough with it. Until I get the end of the tail of end of it, I actually just want to start shredding it into chunks. So I find that is sometimes the best way to eat your bread is just ripped into little pieces. Now, the other thing that would be really nice with all this, because we got this beautiful bread, would be a plate of olive oil and balsamic vinegar. Would be wonderful, but we have a tapenade today instead. But sometimes even just if you want to keep it really, really simple, baguette, olive oil, balsamic. I'm sure everyone's had that before, but to me that's a quick, easy, go-to, healthy option for your kids.
Sometimes you don't think about it.
And sometimes, yeah, you just don't think about it. Sometimes you think it's easier to just, grab a can of SpaghettiOs or something like that, when really you do have time. It's just a matter of making the right choices. So I'm going to take this board that my son was cutting on. I'm just going to give that a quick wipe. Some paper towel, and I'm going to put the bread onto that board. So we got crackers, bread, and then charcuterie, and olive tapenade, which is probably done. I'm just going to go over and have a little taste of it, make sure that everything came out the way I want. Some of the pieces are pretty big. I'm just going to literally just squish them apart in the pan with my fork and just break it down so you get everything kind of in one bite. And then I'll just take a little sample taste. It needs something, and I do recall doing this last time, which sounds crazy weird, but sugar.
Yeah.
It needs just a little sugar to it, add a little sweetness to the tapenade and the olives because they're very briny.
Oh, it's so good though. So delicious.
The wife might kill me now.
I wrapped it.
I should probably say that, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Do you think it was perfect?
Yes.
You put olive oil is what I was thinking. Olive oil. I should use balsamic is what I should use.
Well, I wasn't sure.
I should use a little balsamic, not sugar.
I wasn't sure how olive oil you wanted it.
Put a little olive oil and balsamic in there.
I don't know if I have balsamic.
We don't have balsamic?
No.
Well, then that's why I use the sugar.
I have a small olive.
So we don't have balsamic, so I guess I'm gonna have to make a stop into one of these olive oil places and get some nice balsamic. But, so it wasn't necessarily a bad move to use sugar, but you gotta be careful with that one. Especially if you like somebody in the house that really likes it briny and really pungent that way. Me, I like kind of the both. I like it to be a little sweet heat. The whole thing.
No, what we really need is like
That smoked olive oil.
No.
Or that spicy olive oil would be really nice. Maybe I should put some jalapeno in there.
Oh, maybe actually.
Now let's get a little jalapeno in there. That'll give it. That'll balance it all out. Did you give me the jalapenos and all? Here, I'll actually just use some of these, and then you can just throw some more jalapenos onto here. Just throw them on whole. I like them whole.
Where? Oh.
So if you notice, cooking is all you know. There's always a plan, but at the same time, you got to leave it kind of up to decision making at the time. I think that's half the fun for us. Tasting things, testing, changing, adding, admitting when you did something wrong. But what's wrong to me might be right to her, or vice versa. Alright, so let's try that out here. This is the texture of it. The texture is good, it's nice and oily. Yeah. Nailed it. Nailed it. I've got a tiny little bit of sweetness, very briny, lots of different flavors going on from all different olives. Mushroom gives it some body and some earthiness. You know, a little bit of parsley in there kind of freshens it up. That acidity from the vinegar, the white wine vinegar, and the apple cider gives a little more sweetness as well. And then that jalapeno right again, just boom, nailed it. So that's it. So that's your charcuterie board. So we'll give Preston, can you get a nice bowl, a nice little bowl, maybe one of our colored bowls, and we'll put the olive tapenade in there. So just scoop that out. We've got a spoon in the cupboard next to you here. Here, so you don't make a mess. Use this guy and that guy and scoop it all into a nice bowl there for me. Okay. So this is just the tiniest little bit of stuff left over. Mostly would go in the garbage. That's going to be a beautiful soup base. I'll add an onion to it. I'll add some bones if I had them. Whatever, depending on what soup I'm making. I'll probably end up throwing the rest of these herbs that are now kind of useless to me. I'll probably just take and get rid of the yucky parts that have gone kind of gross. And I'll just do so by cutting it off. I'll take all that. That'll all go into my soup mix. It's all going to just add, even if it doesn't add flavor because it's past its prime, it's going to add some nutrition. A lot of things when they start going bad are actually better for you. They start to ferment. They start to, you know, what most people would cut away and say this is rotten or whatever is actually not necessarily rotten, but just more improved. Definitely be careful of dirt and things like that. Right? And throw that in there, stems, tops, green onions. Now we just have one stalk of green onion. Actually, green onion is a wonderful thing for charcuterie board also. So I'll just get that nice julienne, the green onion. And you get that there. Nice fine chop, julienne green onion, and that can go up with your onions as well, so you get a choice between or both. And there you have it. There is Captain JP's charcuterie board.
Last week.
So I'll give you a little view of what's going on here. So we have our wonderful bread, beautiful bread, your scrap bucket, garbage, obviously, what should be left over for mess, And your beautiful charcuterie board full of delicious, amazing treats. Now watch the kids devour this. Crackers, tapenade. And now we are going to, why don't you put together, show everybody, Preston, why don't you put together the most perfect bite of food and show everybody what you would do first. Oh, he goes for a cracker. Classic kid, right?
Whoa.
Classic kid goes for a cracker. What will you be going for first, Mom? Let's have a, this is so beautiful. Let's take, I'm gonna put all of this here like that, like so. And let's see what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take just a raw piece of bread. That tapenade was just ridiculous. So I'm gonna go for a charcuterie version of something. I'm gonna take a spicy meat. I'm gonna take a nice big piece of fig. I'm gonna take a cashew, an olive. I'm gonna rip that olive in half.
Love olives.
Well, I guess actually I could just go with olive tapenade. We need a little small spoon. A little olive tapenade on there as well. So the delicious olive tapenade. I like the bread for this reason because it can hold. I'm gonna go for a jalapeno. I love my spicy. I'm gonna go for a tomato because that is just epic. And a little bit of goat cheese on top. Oh, I gotta try and get, the trick is to get it all in your mouth all at once. Ready? There you go. Oh, grab a pickle. Get in there and got a little liver paste, some other cheese, maybe a tangy peach. Oh my goodness. Dried cherry. Good. Little onion. Little green onion. Oh my word. I can taste everything. It's like a ballroom dance in my mouth. Everyone's invited. Wonderful. I think the only thing that can top that at this moment.
Wine.
Red or white, honey? A little white?
Yeah. I think so.
The only thing that can top that at this moment, I mean, just a little bit of vino. This one here is from Copper Moon. This is a Pinot Grigio from Copper Moon. Wonderful with charcuterie board, honey.
Yeah. Ready. Oh my god, I hate that.
We just got married, so I've been being a big dork with her for a long time.
Cheesy.
I mean, I'm a cheesy mess.
Okay.
That is definitely one of my absolute favorites. I gotta say, this is just, it's just so hard to get it just packed full.
This one, oh, sorry.
I have all the tomato.
Everything on the, I can get everything on it.
Oh my. Let's go around the plate now.
No, but I don't,
Got a little piece of meat. Onion. And there you have it. The best charcuterie board. The best charcuterie board that I think you can put together some of the most delicious things.
And it's quick and easy.
It's fairly quick and easy. I started this 50 minutes ago. So this is a 50-minute video. And I was able to do all of that in 50 minutes. And I'm sure a lot of people will say that was a long time. But to be able to have fresh, good food, homemade, for your family to enjoy, 50 minutes is not too long. So, Captain JP, from my family to yours, thanks for watching.